What's up, everyone? This is RPM Rockstar, as usual, and this is going to be my first test video of the HD 1080, at the 1080 version, even though I am recording in 720 at 50 frames per second. So in the future I'll be covering topics such as why I decided to get a camera, why I decided to get a drift specifically, things of that nature. One video I definitely want to create a response to is Nossorama's is a 650cc bike, a good beginner's bike, and why, in my opinion, since this is a 650cc KLR, Kawasaki KLR, I guess I'll get right into it. It's definitely a good starter bike, in my opinion, 650cc in general, especially for bigger guys such as myself, because you know, a lot of people say it's started on a 250, especially if you're a little bit shorter, a little bit lighter, in order to reach the ground. And then there's people who are very satisfied with their starting on a 250, and there's people who decide to trade up within a couple months afterwards because they want more power. And that's usually for the a little bit taller, a little bit heavier people. I myself wanted a Ninja 250 to start on, just throwing it out there before I even looked into what motorcycling is about, really. I was just throwing it out there to say I don't want a big engine bike to get myself in trouble on or die on, because my mom would kill me even though I'd be dead. So that's the reason I wanted a 250, until I sat on one at a dealership. And I don't know if most people should know this, but most sport or super sport, or whatever you want to call them, tanks, has like a little curve outs here, and that comes to a point here, and then starts going up towards the top at a curve. Well, I'm 6'3", and my knees were above that curve that allow your thighs to, rest comfortably. So my knees would have been like hitting that corner constantly, and that would have been 100% painful. So basically I was too tall for the bike, so that pretty much crushed my dreams, because I even had the color picked out. So then I started looking at other bikes, and of course I wanted an R6 just like everybody else who only has like $2,000 total in their savings, like myself. So that's a dream to be had when I get a full-time job. So after that little rant, I'll actually talk about what I wanted to talk about. Why is the 650cc bike, in my opinion, a good starter bike? And I'll give that answer right now. I think it's a good starter bike because it gives us the power that you want, that you can live with for a while and not get bored of, without it being too much power. Now, granted, no matter how much power, even if it's a 50cc bike, you could still fall and break your neck or whatever. And everyone should know that. In this case, this is the KLR 650 is a great bike for tall people who are just getting started. little bit heavier people. Because you don't want a 250cc engine like struggling to pull your weight, kind of thing. See, like, that's an example right there. That pulled me faster uphill than I could ever, I could want for the time being, for only being a, what is it, like 7-month rider? Been riding for 7 months approximately. A couple other points I want to push on with KLR 650cc is single cylinder. So I've even talked, there's a good amount of lag, especially starting in like 5th gear if you're trying to accelerate. Like full throttle right now, I went like 3 miles an hour faster when I gunned it for 5 seconds. So there is that lag that exists in all engines that are single cylinder. 4-cylinder engines obviously don't have that problem, like the 600cc engines such as in an R6, Honda CBR 600RR, etc. That was way too high of a gear to go around that corner. So this is a great bike to start on if you're tall. I can pretty much, if I concentrate on doing it, I can flat with this bike, but most of the time my heel's above the ground about like an inch or two. Some downfalls of this bike: A, it only has 5 gears, so it's not really a highway bike. I wouldn't want to do more than like 100 miles on it, because even going 70 miles an hour, it's at like 5,000 RPMs the entire time going 70. Let's get around this turn. Lined turn. Vibrations are another thing that's very bad with this bike. Before I actually realized that this was happening, or why it was happening, my hands, especially my right hand on the accelerator, would get numb after probably 40-ish minutes, and that was because of the vibration that is in these handlebars, because it's at a decently high RPM. If I had a 6th gear, it would be at like 2,000 RPMs all the time, and that isn't too bad. Less vibration. So in conclusion, I definitely think that a 650cc bike is good for starters, especially heavy, tall people, or even skinny, tall people. It's just generally taller bikes. They have enough power that, it can pull you along pretty quickly, accelerate pretty quickly, but it won't, it's not sport. You won't get up to 100 miles an hour in like 2nd or 3rd gear like a 600 would be. But if you're short, skinny, brand new rider, 250, you might also want to look at it 250. But you just have to make sure that you can handle any type of bike. A, B, you want to make sure that you can handle a 650 first. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Many more videos come out after this. I'm gonna fool with the microphone and the camera angle, stuff like that. And see you guys soon.